G'day guys, it's Clarky here, and today I'm going to show you the game Blockscape, a new indie game that is currently on green Steamlight. Basically I'm going to show you some of the controls, some of the gameplay mechanics, and you're going to love it, so let's start. Okay, at the moment it's only in the alpha stage. There's lots of other things planned for the game. There's going to be multiplayer, there's going to be different game modes. Right now we've only got normal and God. There's a few others that are going to be added, but for now we're just going to try God. And I don't know what these options are. We'll just go infinite plane, shall we? Basically I'm just going to show you some of the items, how to select the items, how to use the items, and what different things do. Okay, so we start off and we're just in infinite plane. I'll show you how the game loads in a second, after in a little bit. Very simple. Space to jump, WASD to move, or whatever your keys are that you set for that. Now if you look down the bottom, there are a bunch of different selections. Okay, the half on the left are your shapes that you can choose from, and there's more shapes than this. And on the right, you'll actually see where the yellow square is. From the yellow square onwards is your materials that you can choose. Now, to select the different shapes, you want to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that'll select your different things. And for the right, you go T, Y, U, I, O, and P. Now you'll see they'll come up the different textures corresponding to what you've selected. So right now I've got, let's say we'll go the planks. And on the left, there's the different shapes, and they're all made into planks. So it's very easy to see what you've got. Now if we start off, I'll place a block of stone, which is T, or rock, sorry. Left click to place, right click to, gather resources, or basically take an item. In the plane, you'll see I've got a selection tool here, a 4x4 grid. If I right click, it'll take a 4x4 grid out of the ground, and then it'll just keep taking 4x4 grids out of here. And currently I'm in God mode, so I press F to fly. I believe there's also a no clip option, but I don't need that at the moment. I think that's N. Yep, N for no clip. F to fly again, and I'll put N clip, no clip on, so I can get out of here. So you want to put fly on before you put no clip on, or else you will fall. Okay, so N and F. Beautiful. Now, here's a funny little thing, which I don't think they should have in the game, but they do at the moment. Of course, you can keep turning left, and you can keep turning right. That was actually right and then left, but whatever. You can also look down and continue to look around. Now, this can confuse a lot of people because the controls become inverted, but it's easy enough to get back. But the problem is there's a lot of caves in this game, and these caves go down and down and down and down forever and ever and ever. It's very easy to get lost. One of the ways you can test that is if you're upside down, you cannot, or you can jump, sorry, but it'll obviously look like that compared to the normal jumping like that. So that is very helpful for, finding out your orientation underground. Okay, now we'll move on. Left click to place a block, and you'll see this grid comes up on each side. So place there, and I'll just quickly put that together, and that, and I can just quickly get rid of it with the right click, and some of the ground. And of course, if I select Y for the grass and 1 for the square, I can, not right click, left click, fill that in. Beautiful, Punky Brewster. Now, to select your inventory, you want to hold down E, and this will come up with your different blocks. At the moment, there's not a whole lot of different shapes that you can do. I mean, there's enough, really. I don't think many people would need more than that. And there's also this one, which is a natural sort of formation, and you can replace it. You just click and drag to replace. And this is flowers and such. Blocks. Now, there's glass. There's just color blocks. There's of course planks and all sorts of stuff. When you play the game, as you collect resources, it'll all sort of come together. Now I select water, and I'll put that in the plank section. So now I've got water. Press E to get out of it. P to select water, and now I'll just left click and it'll create a puddle that slowly pans out. Now it's not perfect yet, obviously, but it's getting there. Say I want to create a little enclosure. Actually, I'll just use 6, which is a 4x1. Yes, it's a 4x4 high by 1 wide, or however you want to say it. I'll choose stone. Select that, and as you turn, it'll orientate itself. So you'll see the shadow is like that, and if I turn this way, it changes itself. So it's very helpful. Okay, now say I want to, and it's currently snaps to a 4x4 grid. There are ways to sort of work around it. So I'll build that there, build that there, build that there, and that there. Now we've got a tiny little thing. Now if we want to fill that, say I will get this square, and I'll place it there. And then P for water. I will select my cube, and I can use the plus and minus buttons to change the size. Now see, right now this is the biggest one, that's what I placed there. Minus goes to a smaller one, as you can see there, and that'll slowly spread out. Obviously the textures and animations aren't done yet, and then I'll go even smaller like that and place that there, much smaller. So what I can do is I can go into here, and I did that wrong. Oh, okay. Let's try that one again. 6 T plus, make that bigger. And I know I didn't do that right, but that doesn't matter. Jump up on top. P 3. Make it nice and small. And we can just place that in there like such. Might actually put them there. There we go. Perfect. Now we have a little well. Okay, and of course, now I'm going to show you the sort of landscaping tool, I suppose. And this has, obviously, it's a few sizes. We're going to start off, we'll say, I might choose soil. Soil, and I'll replace rock. So we use T to select that. And right now we've got the sort of natural formation idea. I'll press F to fly. And we just click and drag, and it'll slowly add its own pace. So right now we've got like a turd spiral going. But you can do all sorts of stuff. That's just a beginning. Say we just build it up and up and up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And make a little mound. And of course then we can go back over it with grass. And that'll mold in nicely. So now we've got like a little hill going. An odd little hill, which we can also use this tool to subtract. So I'll look here and I'll right click, and it'll slowly dig away. And you can basically make your own little caves like this, make mountains if you wanted to. Now remember, I'm currently in God mode, and to access God mode you actually have to pay for the game. Now, the game is €9.99, which equated to, I think, $12.25 Australian dollars. I'm not sure about American, it would probably be about $10. That's not going by the proper conversion rate for currency, but that's usually how it works. They usually get it cheaper than us, even though our money is worth more than theirs at the moment. Not saying anything about that at all. And right now I've got a little cabin, because I'm pretty hardcore like that, and I'll just fucking trip out for a bit, trying to figure out which way's up and down. And look at that. You'll notice the shading and the lighting is absolutely fantastic in this game. Very realistic, which is great. Look at that. Beautiful. And now also, I want to show you the light block. Now the light block is, you have the light block in the game, in the normal game mode anyway. Very useful. So say, actually, you know what? I'll show you this in action, guys. I'll get into a normal game and I will show you how awesome it is. Alright guys, we're back and we're in a normal world at the moment. This is generally, I think this is generally where you spawn when you first enter the game. This is what it's looked like for me the last 4 times I've spawned between these 3 trees. So we're in God mode at the moment, so I'll chuck on F for fly. And we'll come up here. And we'll just scope it out for a bit. And of course it still needs to render. I have my rendering distance at 200 meters, which is the top render distance at the moment. I believe they're going to upgrade that when they can. You don't have to select 200 meters. You can select a lower amount if it fucks with your computer. Now look at this fauna. Look at this foliage on the trees and the mountains and such. Now of course it sounds like I'm walking on rock, even though they're trees. But we're just gonna take a look for a cave. But while we're looking for a cave, I'll quickly show you this. Now I will plus this up and I'll select number 2 for my flowers. Now left click on, I'll select a flower first. So say we've got white flowers. I can't place these or take anything from rock. Now that's not odd at all. If you go down to grass, if I left click on grass, it'll spawn it. If I right click, it'll strip the grass of whatever resource it has on it, and in this case it's grass. I took some flowers. It doesn't work on leaves. You can just run around like this getting resources. And look at that. Isn't that weird? Now, yes. So yeah, we can come across here and we can place flowers everywhere if we want to, and it'll replace whatever resources on the ground. So we'll just make a little pathway for ourselves. Fantastic. Now, I cannot be bothered finding a place, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig straight down, turn off fly, and just go like this until we reach an empty place. Now there is no fall damage, there is no health at the moment. We'll see how that goes in the future. And you might be able to actually see the scope of how deep you can go down here. So here I am. Usually there's crevices around the map that you can find. And I mean, just look at this. Look at this. And it's easy to traverse as well because you can jump off of any angle and you can move off of any angle, which is great. And look at this. Look, it is just humongous, and this loads without any trouble. There's no loading screen. It's just continuous. It's beautiful. Now I'll select light, which I don't have at the moment. I'll just get that there. Plank P for light. I've got a square, and I just want a small block. Left click to place, and it just lights up the area, and you can place it quite a fair bit away. So you can light up the cavern so that you don't get lost, which is good, very good. Mind you, if I go into the darkness, it'll actually load light around me, whether I've got the light selected or not. But the light is very good for sort of scoping out a distance. Like, I don't know what's up here, so I'm just gonna place some around. What have we got? Looks like there's a cavern up this way, possibly. Nope, no cavern up there, but at least I can see it. Ah, yes. Okay, now I want to get out of here. Normally, if you're in the normal mode, you'll have to traverse your own way out, which could be interesting. But I'm good, so fuck that shit. Here we are. So guys, this is Blockscape. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment and like it. Subscribe as well if you're interested in seeing more. So yeah, thanks guys. Catch you later.